what is commensurate to what they valued Nairobi for, and Kenyans get the best deal out of it. If not, we can't cry down the line and say the French took advantage of us. We didn't negotiate better. Eli, back to you, and thank you very much.
Well, you've heard them in terms of the Kenyans who have different opinions when it comes to our relationship in the international front. I'm just going to go through some of the comments that are coming through our X chat. And Diamonds, seems like you forgot a few of your notes because some gentleman here is asking, you seem to have forgotten a little bit about, what was it again, the French? Let me just get that. That is John Chenet who says, Diamond, you seem to allude that Rwanda and France do not have diplomatic and bilateral relations. I have sad news for you. They do have international relations. Well, now you know. Let's get into the other session of this, and I'd love to get your conclusive remarks, Mr. Sitati Wasilo. Go ahead, sir.
Well, the French have been here. Right now, they are seeking to increase their influence, okay? And it's up to the Kenyan state to figure out how best can they scale up these relations, okay? That's one thing. But you see, if Africans, we've proven that, you know, we are dilly-dallying, mark timing, we don't really want to scale up the trade amongst ourselves, then these foreign powers from whatever part of the world that they come from, they'll come and fill that particular void, yeah? So that's just a reality that perhaps we need to get accustomed to. Second of all, I mean, in terms of the risks involved, I mean, I don't want to really cast aspersions and say that, you know, the French are going to sponsor this armed faction or insurgent group to cause chaos in whatever part of the region. I mean, that would be an extreme stretch for me. So, and I don't want to make some certain conclusive remarks touching on that at this particular point. So, I guess time will tell. Time is the only common denominator at this point. But perhaps the biggest risk, and this is more of an obvious reality, just like any other stronger states that negotiate with African countries, including Kenya, there's always the imbalance that the stronger states will obviously get away with higher rewards from these arrangements than the weaker states. It's just the reality. I mean, if I have the money, I call the shots. That's just it. However much resources, natural resources you have. Thank you.
Thank you, Sitati Wasilwa. And again, Sitati was our guest speaker for the night. He's been covering with us the conversation around the Africa Forward Summit, which has elicited a lot of concern from both the local populace and, of course, neighbors who have different ideas about the influence of the French in Africa, specifically looking at it from the Sahel region and how they have been consequential either in the instability of their states or, in short, the extraction machine, which many have alluded that has been exploiting the African minerals. That brings us to the end of conversation, but that does not mean we are specifically saying this has to end on this platform. If you love to engage us, feel free to do so by joining us on our Court FM channel, that is at Court FM Media. You can also follow us at www.kotfm.co.ke, and for more civic engagement conversation, be sure to follow us on Mizani254, that is at Mizani254 on X, on all social media handles. You can also listen to our daily programming through our radio website, and that is Court FM Kenya. That said, ladies and gentlemen, it has been an amazing conversation. Looking forward to the next one. And as we say here on Mizani, it's always about the conversation. Sometimes we might get it right, sometimes we get it wrong, but all the same, it is all about making it count. That said, I've been your host, Lekuyani Eli, and my co-host, Obedzo Riku. On behalf of everyone that made this a success, looking forward to seeing you on Friday as we cover your week in brief. I'm told we might just be discussing something in the line of new colonialism. Is that neocolonialism? That word, just in between, because you're looking at the aspect of the wages that some of you will be earning and the influence, of course, of our neighbors in our local politics and social well-being. Good evening. Have yourselves a great night.
Riku and Likuyani Eli. For more information, visit www.mizani254.org. Mizani 254, where the scales of balance are restored and meaningful conversations thrive. The Bigger Picture with Obet Oriku and Likuyani Eli. For more information, visit www.mizani254.org. Mizani 254, where the scales of balance are restored and meaningful conversations thrive. FM. Let the music play.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the end of the conversation. 3 minutes after 10 p.m. East African time. Handing you over to Uncle B for some laid-back R&B music, of course, some great blues to take you all the way to 3 a.m. in the morning. Enjoy the rest of the listenership. Good evening.
Court FM. Let the music play.